Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Project Ozone 3 Kappa mode. Oh yeah, guys. Last episode, we started, or I guess we continued on with the Pneumaticcraft mod. We made ourselves this pressure chamber, and we were able to craft transistors and capacitors, I believe, from the Pneumaticcraft mod itself. Since then, I have crafted up 6 more transistors and 6 more capacitors. Guys, these capacitors are ridiculous. The transistors are fine. Those just require this transistor, the plastic compressed red out ingot or whatever. The capacitor requires the melodic capacitor, which requires these crystalline capacitors and the melodic alloy as well. And the crystalline, we were doing this recipe previously, energized capacitors, which is essentially the same thing as this other one down here, but I decided to go with this route this time. So we did the octatic capacitor, and that requires 2 of the double layer plus some vibrant alloy, and the double layer requires the basic plus the energetic, and the basic requires grainy capacitors. So essentially what it came down to is we need like a stack and a half of grains of infinity, and then like 3 stacks of this red alloy ingot just to make these capacitors. Like, this is getting pretty out of control. So to get the grains of infinity, what we've done before is we have used flint and steel to put fire onto bedrock, and we did that in the Twilight Forest, and that's how we've gotten all of our grains of infinity up until now. I decided it was time to do the grains of infinity seeds. These are tier 2 seeds, so they only require the prudentium essence, and we had enough of the fricyon in order to do this. So I made the grains of infinity seeds, and I took the time to 10 them, and yeah, we have these right here now. We also needed a whole lot of glowstone, and oh my goodness, guys, if it wasn't for mystical agriculture, I'm not sure what we'd be doing right now. I mean, I guess agricraft on top of that. I'm not sure what we'd be doing right now as far as resources go. I've also had to take stacks on stacks on stacks of our redstone from down below. I have decided that we are using this iron and 8 stacks, like 1 stack of iron, 8 stacks of redstone to make 1 stack of the red alloy things that you can smelt. Yeah, so I've used quite a bit of this redstone just to expedite this process. Now, another problem that we're running into right now is we are not getting any electrotine at all automatically. The only way we can get that is by sifting. So I've had to do a bunch of sifting as well using our sieves over here, which thankfully we have the sieve fortune and the sieve efficiency on, but it's still a lot of work. So I've been taking like a couple stacks of compressed sand, uncompressing them, sifting with that, and then putting all the stuff into our shulker box that we have here, this diamond shulker box, which has a lot of inventory. Yeah, and even then, it feels like we still don't have enough inventory for all the resources. So getting some kind of an automated sifting thing with storage and all of that set up is something that we're going to be doing in the future, probably fairly soon, especially for sand, so we can get electrotine, because that's pretty much the only way we can get electrotine at this point, other than mining for it. I don't think the electrotine seeds are easy for us to get. Those are a tier 3. We have made 1 tier 3 already, but this requires the intermedium, which requires a Garfax ingot, and then 4 prudentium per intermedium, which is a lot of the fricyon stuff. Yeah, it gets quite expensive. That's like a full stack to make one of these seeds of the fricyon, I believe. Anyway, those are things that we're going to have to be looking at in the future, because I've like literally spent about 2, maybe 2.5 hours just to make these 6 capacitors. And yeah, we got to expedite that. We can't just be spending all of our time making simple things. Anyway, we are trying to get to this ME controller, and we are very close to this point, ladies and gentlemen. We have 2 reinforced alloys. We have the dense energy cell. We have 2 of the crystal clusters. Skystone block is something we made a while ago. Engineering processor. If we don't have it, we can easily make that. I'm pretty sure we made that one. And then we need 2 of these printed circuit boards. These are the 2 items that are remaining right now. And the printed circuit boards do require these transistors and capacitors each. So that's why I've made 6 of each of them. So we need to make 2 unassembled PCBs, and those are made, well, if we can do it this way, this is going to be the most ideal way, but most likely we're going to have to do it this way. I'm going to have to take a look and see what it is that we can do. I don't know if we can do the laser stuff. Let's take a look real quick. The assembly platform requires orange plastic. We have to have a printed circuit board before we can even do this. So I think we're going to hold off on that because I don't really want to make any more transistors and capacitors right now. But this would be the ideal way of making the assembly platform and then making all the laser things, the assembly I/O units and the assembly laser, in order to craft it this way. We're going to do it this other method. Okay, so we need etching acid. And etching acid is made by 2 spider eyes, 2 rotten flesh, 2 gunpowder. You know what? All that stuff I have moved downstairs, didn't I? Okay, so 2 spider eyes. On this wall somewhere we have spider eyes, and I will find them eventually. Alright, so 2 spider eyes, 2 gunpowder, 2 rotten flesh. What else do we need for this? A bucket of water and then 2 green plastic. That's easy enough for us to do. So bucket of water I already have on me. If I can double tap to fly, that'd be awesome. And then green plastic, we now should be able to get over here. Green. We should get a quest complete for having that in our inventory. All right, I think we are pretty much good to go here. Whoa. Apparently I just ate a carrot for some reason, I guess. So we'll put all that in here, plus this bucket. Eventually that'll all go in here, and then we should make the etching acid. All right, and with the bucket of water, we now have the etching acid. Very good, so we can have that extracted. Do one of those numbers. I wish I could just pull it directly out of here, but you can't. That's just like showing you what it has in its inventory, but you can't extract it that way. So etching acid. Okay, so now that we have that, we need to make an empty PCB, which is... Okay, so we have to make this one and put it into the light box. Let's actually do this in a different order. There we go. So light box is a thing that we need to make. So that's a PCB blueprint, which means we have to do the amadron. Okay, I forgot about this step. And then the empty PCB itself, we can make those. Wait, hold on a second. If we can make it this way, what do we need the amadron for? I forgot. Oh, okay, for this guy, right. Okay, so we need the amadron to make the UV light box, but we still need to make 2 of these empty PCBs, and that is done in the pressure chamber. So that means we need 2 redstone reception coils, 2 of the conductance, 2 of the transmission, 2 compressed, 2 green plastic. Okay, and the amadron thing, this is going to require some stuff. So that is 7 gray plastic, an air canister, which requires thermoconducting alloy, compressed iron, thermoconducting, Okay, hold on. Boron arsenide in an alloy furnace with extreme alloy. We've made the extreme alloy before, but the boron arsenide, that sounds scary. That requires an ingot former. Okay, so ingot former with the molten boron arsenide. I'm not seeing how we do this. So boron arsenide turns into the melter. Oh, okay, hold on. We got to back up. I need to bookmark these things so I can see what we're doing. So we want to get this, which comes from this, which we get from an ingot former with this stuff. And then that stuff comes from a chemical reactor with molten arsenic and molten boron. I don't think we want any of the special isotope variants. So molten arsenic comes from crushed arsenic, which comes from a rock crusher with andesite. Okay. And then, this is so crazy. What else do we need here? So that was the arsenic, and then the boron just comes from a melter. Okay, I think we can do that. Pretty sure, whoa, all the things. Pretty sure we have boron. Yeah, we have boron already. Okay, well, I guess a rock crusher is next up so we can start getting crushed arsenic. Yeah, it's funny how I just want to make this thing, and now we're all the way over here trying to get something else done. All right, so Rock Crusher. That requires linear actuators, which is ferroboron. Have we made ferroboron yet? Boron plus steel makes ferroboron easy. Steel, piston, copper. Okay. Advanced plating, we have made that already. Electric motor requires 2 motors, which is fine. Copper or the zinc, and this might be the way we go. It's just easier to craft that. Copper solenoid. Yeah, we've done those before, I'm pretty sure. All right, machine chassis requires a reactor casing core, ender casing, plutonium. How do we get plutonium, guys? How do we do this? We need formic acid on cyanide to make plutonium. Okay, hold on. Okay, tell you what. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go through these recipes and figure out where we gotta start. All right, guys. So here we are. The start of this looks like we need to make cyanide. We need to mix that with the formic acid to make this plutonium. So if we go into, where's the recipe? The fluid transposer right here. So yeah, cyanide gets fluid transposed with formic acid to make plutonium. Well, cyanide's easy enough. That's yellorium plus sand, right? You just craft that directly. We have plenty of yellorium. Now the formic acid, the only way that I can see to craft this, there might be another way to do this. We might be able to just go to the Herbis and find it, but the only way that I can see to make this is by putting mandrake root from the Herbis into the Magica converter. Okay. That does require a little bit of ember, and the Magica converter, I don't think there's an item you actually have to craft for that, but it is a multi-block structure. And that looks like that's going to require a whole bunch of blood magic in order for us to do it with all of these different blocks here. And we haven't really done a lot with blood magic just yet. If we look at the list here, actually, we can see everything. So a machine controller, 21 machine casings, 10 machine vents, 5 soft bedrock, that's easy. 4 marble is easy. 2 small tanks, I'm pretty sure is easy. So 16 displacement rune, not so easy. 4 blocks refined corallium. 4 crystalline stone. 4 living rock is easy. The caminite bricks are fine. And it does require an enchantment table somewhere in there. All right, so there is a lot of stuff that we need for this. So I guess the very first thing we should figure out is, can we go to the Herbis and find formic acid without using this Magica converter to do it? Is there like an easier way for us to get that so we can bypass this step and not have to do blood magic and all of this other stuff right now? All right, guys, so I did a little bit of research. That formic acid, this stuff looks like we can in fact find it in the Herbis. So I am currently making myself a reservoir so we can carry a whole lot of it, because I don't want to keep going back and forth, especially to a dimension where we can't fly. Yeah, that just doesn't sound like a lot of fun. So let me grab some of this stuff here. We needed, I think it's at 33 levels. That's fine, we'll just grab that much, that'll be good. So there is holding 4, and then we want to put that onto our reservoir. And this thing currently holds 250 buckets, but we're going to make it hold a little bit more than that. We're going to get it up to 750. Very good. Now, I tested in a creative world just a moment ago to make sure that we can in fact pick up formic acid in a bucket, because according to the wiki page for the Herbis, it says the only way you can pick it up is with a bamboo bucket. Well, you can use a regular bucket. I did not try on the reservoir. Probably should have done that. But if not, we'll just bring some regular buckets with us as a fallback. So, yeah. So the Herbis, we cannot fly in. So we're going to have to use a resonant jetpack. And probably going to want to use our hang glider as well. Oh, you know what? I already had another one of these. I thought this one I had full. That's right. We had this full of oil and I dumped that. Oh, well, we got 2 of them now. So we can collect a lot of this stuff, I suppose. Well, anyway, we have this and that. And I think we are ready to go to the Herbis. I mean, I don't really want to go to the Herbis. Are we missing a thing there? Hold on a second. How has this been working if that's missing? Oh, I guess it has been running out of power slowly. I didn't realize. All right, I guess that makes more sense. Interesting. All right, well, I'll have to replace that thing there. Anyway, so let's move on to the Urbis. Oh, all right. So remember, we can use our jetpack here. We cannot use creative flight. I don't like the sound of that. I don't know what that was. I don't like it though. Something about this dimension interferes with your flight. I know those bot flies can like infect you, and those are like the worst things. You don't want them to like sting you. I'm not sure like if they have to hit you a few times for that to happen, or if they just touch you once, or if it's just random or any of that stuff. That praying mantis is like invisible. What is the deal with that thing? I don't like it. It's gone. Anyway, we are looking for a petrified forest. That is the only biome that the formic acid spawns in, and I have no idea what a petrified forest looks like or where one would be. I guess we can look. I'm looking at the at this down here. This will show us like the nearby biomes that we have discovered, but I don't see one that says petrified forest. So I guess I'm just gonna have to head out and hopefully try and find one of those. Well, actually, that was easier than expected. I haven't been going that far. You can see, according to the mini-map, we're only like 600 blocks away. Let's get rid of this bot fly. Okay. Yeah, this is the stuff we're looking for. This is the formic acid. So I am curious, can we put it into the reservoir? Like I said, we should have tried that. Oh yeah, that's easy enough. Okay, so we don't have to make the Magica converter. We can absolutely just do it this way. So I am going to put on hover mode, and yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and grab a whole lot of this stuff. Hopefully I don't have to deal with any more bugs and stuff around here while I collect this stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna do this. We'll be back. All right, guys, so we are back from the Urbis. My jetpack is now charging up, and we have a full resonant holding 4 reservoir full of formic acid. 750 buckets of it. That's probably way more than what we're gonna need, but you know what? It's fine. I don't want to go back there for at least a little bit. So we need yellorium. We'll grab a full stack of those. And oh, you know what? I almost skipped a step here. We need sand, and we don't have a sand here. Okay, so what we do is we come down here, we grab ourselves a stack of compressed cobblestone. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we grab ourselves our wand plus our hammer out of here, if I can find it. So there's a hammer and the wand is right there. Perfect. So then we go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we hammer it. It's hammer time. Boop. All right. Oh, we gotta do that again. I forgot. You get you get compressed gravel this way. I was thinking you get compressed sand. Nope, my mistake. All right, so we'll just do that one more time like so, and we will do this one more time like so. Awesome. So now we got 9 stacks of sand. Very good. So now that we have that, we should be able to take this and make cyanite ingots. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think we actually had some sand in our dink knoll here, so that should all just go into the dink knoll. All right, so we have cyanide. Now the cyanide gets infused with the formic acid in the fluid transposer, this guy. So what we want to do is do mode empty a reservoir into here. There's 10 buckets, so we should be able to put these in here and flip that back, and there we go. There is a whole lot of plutonium. That didn't take much effort at all, I guess, now that we know how to go and get the formic acid. But hopefully we won't have to go back and get any more. This should be more than enough for what we're trying to do here. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and finish up this entire stack. Whoop. Oh, you can do it from that slot too? Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and finish up this entire stack of cyanide into plutonium, just so we have extras. That's pretty much the way you want to play these sorts of packs, is always make extra. That way you don't have to spend all your time just making things over and over and over again. Anyway, so all of the stuff that was in here is now back into our tank, and we got 718 buckets remaining. We are good on that, and a full stack of plutonium. I like it. So that's done, that's done, that's done. Back to the machine chassis. That requires us to have soul machine chassis, which is soul attuned die blend in the simple machine chassis. We should be able to do all that stuff just fine. And I believe we have extra soul soul attuned blend or whatever it's called. Soul dye blend. Anyway, redstone alloy ingot. That is alloy smelter graphite silicon red alloy ingot. And I think we might have made some of these previously. That's another simple machine chassis. We can do that. Electron plates, graphite bars, easy. Machine frame, we've made those before. We have the plutonium. Ender casing is empowered diamond plus ender pearls and black quartz, easy. And end steel, I'm pretty sure we have that. So next step is to make these. And I think I want to make more than one because I'm pretty sure besides the rock crusher, we need to do a chemical reactor, an ingot former. So that's at least 3 of these that we have bookmarked here that we need. So I'm going to go ahead and get working on that, try and make up a few of those. We'll be back. All right, so we now have ourselves our alloy furnace that we made previously. We now have a rock crusher, a chemical reactor, and an ingot former. So the rock crusher, this one, I put in a stack of andesite. We have collected 20 crushed arsenic. We got collected some beryllium and some algintum. I don't know, whatever this stuff is. We're only getting the crushed arsenic. I think it said like 0.3%. So like, or 0.3, 30% of the time. So like 1 out of 3, I guess, is we will get one of those. Anyway, so we ended up with 21 of these in total. Okay, so we have that. So now we want to make this molten boron arsenide. Arsenide? I don't know how to pronounce this stuff properly. I am not a chemicalologist. So we want 1 ingot of boron. That's 144 millibuckets plus molten arsenic 666, which is a gem. I don't know why it's 666, but anyway, 1 gem of this turns into that. So that is just 1 crushed arsenic. So essentially 1 of each boron and arsenic turns into, turns into 666 of the molten boron arsenide. And then we can put that into the ingot former. 666 turns into 1 of these. And then 1 of those turns into 2 thermoconducting alloys. So we got quite the process here in order to do this. But anyway, we should be able to do some stuff here. So I guess one thing that I did not do was make a melter. Yeah, it looks like we are going to need a melter. So we can put ore in there and we can double it this way. And then, actually, is that tripling it? I think that's tripling it. 360. Because you get 144 per ingot, so 2 ingots would be 288. Maybe that's not quite tripling, but that's giving you 360. Anyway, 1 ingot is 144. So melter is the next thing that we need to make, and I did not make this yet. So I guess that's the next thing that I am going to do. Servo mechanism, yeah, all this stuff. Fiery, icy nether brick, okay, easy enough. Advanced plating, machine chassis. I think I got another one of those in my inventory. I do. I think we're good to go. Let me just craft that up real quick. We'll start melting some things down, putting it into our chemical reactor and reacting them. Okay, so we have the melter, the chemical reactor, and the ingot former now. So the melter, let's put in one of these crushed arsenics and melt that down. Okay, so we're seeing the speed, even with the acceleration. I guess it's now daytime. We can make that faster by making it nighttime, as we've seen before. And we can also put in speed upgrades into those machines, but until, you know, we start making better power, I don't really want to try and put the speed upgrades into these things just yet. So melter, we are melted down into the molten arsenic. Can I shift click to clear tank? I don't want to do that. I can't grab it here. Can I grab it this way? Yep. And then chemical reactor, I'll put it into here. So now we got molten arsenic. So if I do a boron ingot, that should go pretty quickly. I'll grab that and I'll put it into there. So now we should have enough stuff to make ourselves molten boron arsenide, 666 of that. All right. So I'll grab that and put it into here. And that turns it into boron arsenide. Awesome. So this is what we were looking for in order to make the thermoconducting alloy. So we need the extreme alloy plus that to make this stuff. And that will allow us to... Oh boy, what do we need that for? We need that for something here. Was it the air canister? Yeah, the air canister here needed this stuff in order for us to make it. Okay, well, I'm going to finish this up real quick and we'll see if we can try and get to the amadron tablet. All right, so we now have pretty much everything ready to go. We need this GPS tool, which we can craft. And then I'm going to make sure we don't have a quest for that. So I'm going to click out of my inventory. We have the air canister. It says pressure 10 bar. I don't know if we actually have to pressurize it first, but we're going to do this. Doesn't look like we have to. And there's our amadron tablet. Cool. So we got a quest complete for that. Now this does require pressure, so in order to pressurize that, we have to make the charging station. Oh, whoops, I wasn't clicked on the thing. Yeah, so charging station, there we go. So now we have that done. So pretty much the only thing we need to do is just bring that over to our Pneumaticcraft area where we have pressure. And I don't remember, do you place it this way? Nope, you place it the other way. All right, so we do that, connect it up to our air pressure. And, ooh, it looks like our pressure's down. I don't know why it's down, though. That should be up. Oh, you know what? It's because I moved our ritual anchor further away, so this thing is charging up a lot more slowly than it was before. Okay, well, that's fine. Either way, how are we doing on the oil? You know what? The oil is completely done, so that means our refinery's done. So that means all of the stuff that we have in here has been completed, which means we can turn off our vortex tube and start saving extra pressure here. So I will remove that. Okay, so now our pressure just goes straight down over here into our pressure chamber. This thing should actually start increasing a little bit more now that we're not wasting on the vortex tube. Yeah, we don't need that going anymore. Okay, very good. So now we can put this into here and the pressure will start to equalize with the amadron tablet. It looks like that goes up to 30,000 durability. I'm not sure how much pressure you need in this thing to actually use it, but if we take a look at the uses, we can see that we can buy the PCB blueprint with it, and that's what's important. So let's go ahead and try and get that going right now. If we grab ourselves a chest, we need an inventory. In fact, I think we need 2 separate inventories. I can't remember. And then we need some emerald. All right, we'll do that. I believe you have to place down 1 inventory for the drone to grab stuff from, and then another inventory you have to mark for like the deposit chest. I think it's been a little bit of time since I've done this. Okay, let's go and grab this thing now. So if I right click on here, shift right click, item providing location, and if I do a shift right click on here, item providing. Okay, so maybe you only need 1 chest. So I'm gonna put emeralds in here. And right click, we're gonna say we want 1 of these. I don't know, you can never remember. Do you right click? Okay, you right click, you grab that, and then it looks like we can also grab these things. I might want those. So we will order everything. So this chest has been marked, so we should get ourselves, yeah, there we go. There's our amadron delivery drones that are stealing all of our emeralds. I think when they come back, they drop off the goods. Yeah, here they come. It's kind of a cool way to trade items, or I guess buy items. All right, so there we go. There's our PCB blueprint. Awesome. So we also have the program drill, the laser, and drill and laser. I'm not sure if we need all of these, but we do need at least 1 of those, I'm pretty sure. So aside from that, looks like we can trade like diesel for emeralds if we wanted to buy emeralds, which we don't. We can trade oil for emerald as well. We can buy the stopworm void crystals. That might be useful. Anything else in here? Let's see. We can buy black quartz if we want to do that directly. Laser and drill. Yeah, I don't know if like the prices vary or these like what you can buy in here varies. I don't really know too much about it. Normally, I use this thing just enough to get what's required, and then I don't really mess with it too much. So we might look at that a little bit more, but this PCB blueprint, that's what we were looking for. That's going to allow us to make the UV light box and start working on these other things. Advancement made, and you're done. I don't think we're quite done yet, but guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap the episode up here for today. I wanted to get the ME controller done today, but we had to venture off into more Pneumatic-craft and then nuclear craft and all sorts of crazy stuff. We even ended up in the Urbis. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.